Hi, this is Beth Lapin from the Middletown Rec Office with a virtual Earth Day reminder. You know all this, but sometimes when things get stressful, we forget. So Earth Day is here, and I wanted to give you a few things that you can do while you're sheltering to help remind us to connect ourselves to this earth. This time of isolation has brought about some interesting positive side effects, including a decrease in air pollution because of the decline in the number of airplanes and automobiles and industrial activity. And people are now able to view mountains in areas where they hadn't seen them in decades. And there's cleaner water, so there are some positive side effects of us staying home. I'd like us to focus on a few things that we can do no matter where you are. I assume everyone has a window, so I would encourage you to look out the window and continue to look out the window, and maybe even take notes of signs of spring that you can see. For example, when I first started staying at home, this lilac bush was just buds, and now it's leafing out, and pretty soon I would expect that it would be in full leaf. And when I first came here, this forsythia was a mass of golden yellow blossoms, which are now starting to turn into leaves, and soon will be a nice lush green hedge. In fact, if there's any time of year that I had to shelter in place, I would say that spring is the very best. There's so much change going on outside that we can observe. The birds are so active now, they're starting to nest. We can watch them feed their young. It takes only a few minutes of looking on a regular basis. As many of you know from different walks that I've led for the city of Middletown, I like to focus on the 4 elements: air, water, fire, and the earth. And so for this virtual Earth Day event, I'd like to do the same. I'd like to think about the air that we're breathing, which we have become so aware of how important our lungs are during this virus pandemic. And whether you're looking out your window or standing in the backyard or on a street sidewalk, thank a tree. Here's my tree. It's a pretty nice one. Thank that tree for cleaning the air that we are breathing. As you may remember, the trees are breathing in our carbon dioxide that we exhale and then converting it back to oxygen so we have plenty to breathe. And where we're sheltering, we are fortunate we have access to water. We are all able to still turn on our taps and have clean water coming into our homes. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the spring rains that we've been having that are nurturing our plants and refilling our aquifers. And I'm grateful for the sun, which is, well, just sort of out there today. But we know it's out there, and it's a source of heat and fire and provides the energy for the plants so they can photosynthesize and make food for us and themselves. And most importantly, I am grateful for the earth, the ground that supports us, the ground that grows our food and the foods that feed our food, the place where we stand and live, and ultimately where we're buried. It's a full cycle, and it's an important one, and it's one that we're so deeply aware of during this time. So even in the confines of your home or in your yard or in your neighborhood, you can easily find examples of air and water, fire, and the earth to connect you to the living wonder of nature. And for 2 very physical things that you could do, I have 2 suggestions. For one, those of you who can actually get outside in your vicinity, walking, meditation, where you ground yourself by touching the earth with your feet. And if you can't do that on the ground itself, even inside your home, you can visualize that the floor you're walking on eventually touches the earth. And a second concrete activity that would work for both you and perhaps children who are housebound is to create some artwork that reflects the earth, the elements, spring, any facet of this, the decrease in pollution or deeper appreciation you have for plants and the animals that live on the world with us. I know you have plenty of empty toilet paper rolls, so you can be creative. This is an unusual time, unprecedented in our memories. It's a challenge. There will be sadness, there will be change, but I look forward to seeing you all on the next hike that we're able to conduct together outside on a piece of Middletown open space. And until then, stay home and stay safe.